2, 1.
And welcome back to the Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 133. Not featuring her this time, but we do got Bruno
That's me.
and we got Detuzin.
Hi.
First guest we've had in forever.
It has
To be
been a
honest
minute.
with you. Nick and Bruno, Nick and Bruno, Nick and
I
Bruno,
blame
Nick and
you
Bruno, Nick and
guys
Bruno.
just randomly doing the podcast at sporadic
10
hours.
No. 10 episodes ago, Bruno. September 17th.
God damn, that's a while. If you want to be on podcast, tell me. I will make it happen.
Never
If
not
I
made
know
it
when
happen.
it is, I'll be here if I'm free. I just don't know when you guys are having it. I'm not always in Discord.
We started a new segment last week.
We did?
Yeah, where were we 100 episodes ago?
Oh, that one. Okay.
Guess what 100 episodes, episode 33 was called?
Ditcast.
No.
Oh.
Where is everyone?
Oh.
This week the episode's a little different than other weeks. Check out. Is it? That literally could be the first. That could be in the first PA Boys podcast.
It could be. It might have been.
December. That's it, because Fee was getting his gallbladder out, and he was sometimes our third, and Dit was probably, he was graduating, so he was probably busy with other shit at the time.
Sounds right.
So, Bruno, it's been 100 episodes since we started doing it on our own, and now we're excited that we have someone else that we're not on our own.
Oh, boy.
It's Circle. So, Dit.
Hi.
It's been 26 out. 6?
No.
28.
No, more. It's been more
28 and 11 minutes.
28 hours since you started streaming. How's Shadowlands?
I like it. There's a lot to do. It's probably the most fun
Pretty
I've had.
happy lands. Are they shadowy? Are they light filled? What's the lands like?
They're shadowy, light, dark, bright. Tree.
Is there any grass?
Yeah.
There is grass.
Yes.
Huh. I wouldn't. I don't expect that in the Shadowlands.
Well, where do trees go when they die?
Fireplace. So I heard you reached max level already.
Yes, 10 hours.
That's all it took?
Yeah, and ever since then I've been doing nonstop content, and I'm still not even close to being done.
Is that good or
right now,
bad?
I'm still doing stuff.
That it took 10
that
hours?
means there's a lot.
Okay.
Good that it took. It's good that it took 10 because that means it's not like dreadful.
So, weren't you trying to get like max level within like 12 hours of, or like 24 hours of launch?
Yes. But the reason for that was because at the time there was a thing known as week 0 where the game resets Tuesdays at 11 a.m. The game was releasing a Monday. These are all East Coast times. The game was releasing Monday at 6 p.m. So it was before the first reset would happen. So it was considered a week 0. And people thought, hey, there's a chance to go farm all this content in week 0 and get ahead of everything.
Does it work like that?
Well, no. Blizzard was actually nice. They made it so you couldn't do that. And that's a good thing because then you don't have to feel like you have to rush. You could take your time during week 0 and week 1.
That's not the WoW spirit if I've ever heard it. Thought it was all about content crunching.
Huh? What do you mean?
Thought it was about getting max level and just getting into those raids to get
Well,
the
yeah,
max
but
gear.
no, it's about getting to max level and doing max level content, which is what I'm doing. Like, I don't know how much you guys know about Diablo. But in Diablo, there's a thing called Greater Rifts. And it's pretty much an ever scaling thing that gives Diablo content without any major updates. WoW now has something similar to it. Not exactly the same. There's limits and stuff, but it's
It's gonna
unlimited
lead to a lot of
replayability.
bubbles.
Well, no, this isn't the core thing. This is just a side thing that they put little incentives in to make people want to do it.
Gotcha. Well, glad it's working out. Glad it's no is it
It definitely
Legions
sounds like
everyone hated?
it definitely sounds on the good side, not the terrible side, which is good.
Yes.
WoD was probably the worst. WoD is where I took a
So
break for the first time ever.
Warlords of Draenor.
Yeah.
Draenor? Okay. At least it's not a WAD.
Yes.
So how's been working from home, Dit? We haven't talked to you in a month. How's anything happen? Any change up?
Insanity.
You've been getting out
Is
for your
that
free
today or
sandwiches.
always?
No, it's turning into that. Like, there comes to the point where you're just bored working from home. You're tired of dealing with people's random problems
Wait,
because they're all working from home as well.
idea. You go to a McDonald's and you work for McDonald's.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
You sit in a booth. Have you passed by any fast food restaurants of late?
Yeah.
They're
Me
pretty
and
empty.
Anik went to a Chick-fil-A yesterday. Or
Well,
not
okay, not
yesterday.
Chick-fil-A.
Um,
But like at McDonald's, those things are like empty on the inside. No one's going in and sitting down.
They'll be renting out that space soon.
Yeah, like I went to a Hardee's like 2 weekends ago, and like I think we were the only ones that actually went inside to get like food for weeks.
I have not been in a fast food place for a very long time.
No
Yeah,
one has.
it's.
And I used to always be the person to go inside because I hated drive-thrus.
I still
Why do
hate
you
drive-thrus.
hate drive-throughs?
Yes,
How? What's
they rush
so
your
bad?
order. They rush. Drive-through ordering is worse because they rush your order because they need to get it out one at a time. Whereas if you go in the restaurant, they're more likely to get it right because they don't have to rush it.
Okay, I guess.
If if they have like half your if they get your order and they only have like half of it ready, your fucking fries are getting dipped like half the amount of like I don't know. They're gonna fuck up because they're trying to get the other 10 people behind you settled too. I
Hmm.
think it's just different mindsets.
Okay, I can believe that. What about like the McDonald's push the button that I'm here ordering
That's
and
fine.
sit in the park?
That's fine.
That's fine. Like Taco Bell does that.
Because they
thing.
know ahead of time.
Okay.
Like you place your order, they say like what, 20 minutes?
McDonald's is like you tell them you're here and then they start making it, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's how most places are. Most fast food won't start making it till you're there because the amount of people that would probably be no shows and that food being wasted. And it's fast food. It doesn't take them long to make your order. That's the whole point of
That's
fast
why they
food.
call it fast.
Well, see, then there's the thing, like because they don't have to rush it. Like that, you're taking up a spot, but it doesn't necessarily mean someone else can't come and like
Yeah, they usually have like
park.
4 of them.
Man, getting groceries is we always do the pickup,
Yeah.
and we're running out of like we normally pick up one on a Sunday. That's just kind of the time we've dedicated in our life to go.
Okay.
This week was like 4 p.m. was the soonest one, and like half our items were either subbed or they didn't have anything equivalent to sub for. They're
I
running out
see.
of shit again.
Yeah, I think there's a slight bit of panic again, if I'm honest.
A slight.
Yeah, a little bit,
I think we're back at peak panic.
Yeah.
Really? You
Because
think peak?
people are panicking about it, panicking like before.
Yeah, people know how bad it's gonna be. So they're
Okay.
like panicking about panicking.
I don't know if. Well, I haven't been out in a little bit, so I don't know.
Man, fucking bullshit.
But yeah, it is a little bit.
So did you have any fun tickets? And any fun IT stuff?
Trying to think. My brain's kind of mushy.
So I had one
Did
today.
you?
Yep.
What? Do you have a secret job I don't know about?
So my grandfather, right?
Okay.
About a week ago, he said to me, "Hey, there's something wrong with my laptop.
I think I
Can
remember
you
talking
come?"
about this.
I did. Can you come look at it? And I got the very slightest of backstory of what was going on, and I knew right away what it was. It was his battery being dead, and Windows being like, "Yo, your battery's dead,"
Yes.
and that scared him.
Yes.
Someone
Keep
knows I
in
didn't charge my laptop. Help.
keep in mind, this is a Windows Vista laptop.
Yikes.
Yeah, so the battery's just shot. That was what the problem was.
Battery, the laptop's probably shot.
Yeah. So I said, okay, there's nothing wrong with it. You can keep using it. That's fine. But if you're
Well,
worried about losing shit and it keeps you up at night, buy a new laptop.
it's a desktop now.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah. So I went looking at laptops and picked one, and he bought it. So then I went to set it up. Do you know the hell they make people go through on a fresh Windows install nowadays?
Oh yeah, ever since the
Yes.
20 series or
It's
2020
terrible.
stuff, they force you to make an online account. There's a
Not if you
workaround, but it's a pain in the ass to do.
not if you don't give it internet.
Yep, that's the workaround.
No,
If
I've
you
done it without internet, and it says connect to internet to
Oh, I clicked
continue
airplane
setting
mode
up.
on and it was fine.
Like I've had ones that just stop because they're not on the internet, and it's like
Oh.
you have to connect to the internet to proceed, and I'm like, I don't want to.
How
Is
does an enterprise work? Can you make local accounts if you use enterprise keys?
We just have a golden image that we
Oh,
throw on,
okay.
and it's set to not do that.
So that was problem number 1, okay? Hurdle number 2 was installing Google Chrome because that's what they were using, so I wanted to keep it the same. You know what this shit made me do to install Google Chrome? I had to
Give it
make
that
a
10,000
Microsoft account.
permissions?
I had to make a
What?
Microsoft account.
Was it in Windows 10s mode?
Yeah!
Okay, no, there is a way to do that without signing into a
Is
Microsoft
there?
account. Yeah.
Because it looked like the only way to get out of that was to go to the Microsoft store and install the application from the Microsoft store
Yeah,
that lets
there
you
is,
turn
but you
S
can
mode
do it
off.
without signing in. They just
God damn it.
there
I
is a way
should
to
have
do it
done that.
without signing in. It's a pain, but yeah.
It's
Basically what we're telling you, Bruno, is you can't buy a laptop that's not like pro anymore.
that's terrible. And
So you
then
get Windows. Sorry,
go ahead.
Windows S is shitty. You shouldn't use Windows. Not that it's a bad
It's
thing. It's just it's shitty because
laptop
of that.
makers do it because it's them.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were cheaping out that much with a laptop.
Yes.
What
And
the
they
hell?
blow it
Yes.
all. The problem I find is they blow it off as a full blown Windows license, which kind of is, but you can only install from the Microsoft Store. But the problem is, how much do you actually install from the Microsoft Store?
Like, it
You-
let me install things then. It's just that it was like it wouldn't let me do anything until I turned it off.
Yeah, once you turn it off, it's normal Windows.
Yeah.
But it's cheaper for the laptop manufacturer to sell it to you in S mode.
Dumb.
And if you called up their support, they would help you turn it to normal Windows for free. But it's somehow cheaper for them to do it this way.
See
So-
what Bruno's gonna do tomorrow.
No, I did it already pretty much. So I also had to install a program that's from archaic times called Microsoft Money. So that was a shit show.
What's Microsoft Money?
It's like an accounting software, like a personal accounting software and business software.
Oh God. I'm looking at
Well,
pictures of
so
this and that.
okay, so it's like sure, you could do this in just about anything by yourself, but this is a program that does it for you. But it also prints checks, okay? So now we need to get the printer involved. And you know the printer's going to give you issues, right?
Yes. How
So
archaic
Windows
is this
sees
fucking thing?
very. Stop looking. It's scary.
Why does he use it for like a non just personal need? Like,
Uh, it's a complicated story.
okay.
So we printers involved, right? So that's oh god. So I got the printer working in Windows pretty easy because it's hooked up in with USB. But Microsoft Money wouldn't recognize it at all. So I had to share the printer over the network through the computer just so I could go through Microsoft Money to search for a network printer that was being run on the computer that it's on. Just to get it to see the
Bullshit.
printer. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Are you a network printer? No, but I am now.
Yeah. Like, how would any. Well, it's an unsupported program, so who cares? But how would anyone figure that shit out?
I'm surprised you got it installed, to be honest with you.
It, it was a little weird. It's like a little fuzzy. I don't know why.
What does it do? Like, is it just accounting or?
Yeah, pretty much. It tracks accounts and balances checkbooks and
I'm guessing it's
prints
free.
checks and yeah, it is.
Okay.
If it was any money, I'd hope for a little bit of support. To give you an idea of
So
what level of support, the last time I put that software on a computer for them, it's the exact same software version as the new one that I put on today.
yes.
So that's the level of support the program has at this point.
Um. So I had a thing today.
Yeah?
Um.
What you got?
Polycom
Oh
phones.
god. Yep.
They had a big update last night.
The
At
phones
least
themselves?
ours did. So big firmware update.
Yeah.
Um. First off, one specific model of this phone, the 601s, by the way. Um. They came up with an error message saying, "Hey, these are PoE, and there's the possibility that you could possibly draw too much power over PoE for the phone to work right, theoretically."
So to people listening, if you don't know what he's talking about when he says a Polycom phone, it's a desk phone that's a voice over IP phone, so it gets plugged into an Ethernet jack. And usually they're power over Ethernet, so you can just use the Ethernet jack. Am I correct in what I'm saying?
Yes.
So big desk phone. And they're saying that they could potentially possibly draw too much power.
If you have an additional device plugged in.
What is like a headset?
They have a
Or
USB on the back, and what you plug into that
oh,
USB, I don't know what would, like, it's some to charge a headset, to power a headset, to charge
maybe,
your
yeah.
goddamn phone.
I could see
I
it.
don't, I don't fucking don't care, bro. But now every phone by default has this error message that you have to clear every time the phone's rebooted.
Oh
That
no.
theoretically you could
No.
technically,
No.
not that they are, not that they're close,
But
not
that
that it's happening, that it possibly could happen theoretically. So that was issue
great.
number one. Issue number two. Okay, let me get you a picture of these phones. So you can, the next part you have to kind of see.
Sure.
Polycom
And I'm
6.0.
assuming that that's like what all of your phones were, the 601s.
No, only certain people have them.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Were they the higher end or the lower end ones?
a little bit higher. They have Bluetooth.
Oh shit.
Um, customer service mainly because they do headsets,
Okay.
and they also
They can deal with it. That's fine.
I'll send you another picture, but they have these things called a sidecar that have or they're just
Yeah.
like extra screens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so here's a picture of like, um,
It looks like my phone just white on the side.
gotcha. Do you have a touch? Do you have a screen with what?
Oh, is
So
that touchscreen? Mine is
yeah,
not touchscreen.
mine's touchscreen. So
There you go.
I would
now
not trust a touchscreen Polycom phone.
it's actually it's not bad. You don't even need the touchscreen really. You only
You
do
really don't,
like one or two
unless
things.
you do like some crazy shit with them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just one more thing to fail, though.
Yeah, they're fine. I mean, I haven't run into any like that type of issues yet with them. So you see on the screen, those like boxes. They're kind of like it's hard to
Yeah.
tell in that picture, but they're like people.
So they're like people buttons, right?
So they're called presences. They're called like presents. So like the first two are always like you for some reason, because that's how it fucking works. Everything
Okay.
else you can put as like a speed dial number of sorts.
Yeah.
So on my phone, I have like my two, because it just shows you twice for some reason. And then I have my manager. I have what are we call parks. They're places you can put people on hold. They're like little holding cells.
Yeah.
So if I'm talking to you, I'm be like, hey, I'm gonna have to put you on hold. I need to go talk to someone else. I'd put you in like that. And it's really good because then you can tell people across the company, hey, pick them, pick. There's someone on
So
hold for you.
basically, it's a hold of putting them in limbo that you can go pick them back up again after you call
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah.
But then, like my manager's on there. It's a speed dial, but it also shows me that he's on the phone or he's
Yeah.
trying to call
I
someone.
was
Like
gonna ask you about
you
that.
can
If you
monitor
can,
things.
yeah, you can tell
So
if someone's on the phone.
sometimes if I'm like curious if like why my manager's not messaging back or like he's not like responding to me, I'll be like, oh, he's on the phone right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple things. I know I have a couple people on there. I know when there's a meeting every week because it all lights up. Everyone's on the phone. I'm like, oh, that's the meeting.
Yeah.
Um, so one or two people were having the issue where their phone was ringing for no like it was just randomly ringing.
What?
Yeah,
What
but it
kind of
wasn't like a normal
issue is
ringtone.
that?
It was like a lower ringtone, but it was ringing a lot randomly. So we're trying to troubleshoot this, and I'm just like staring at it, like, why is this phone just ringing? So
Oh, too good.
there's a feature with these presences.
A feature, you say?
Yeah. So let's say you're a manager and you want to know when your like team is getting a call. You can then have your phone ring every time their phones rings if you have it on a present screen.
No.
So if you're
Why?
customer service and I'm getting a have a phone with, it's pretty full. Um and then you have a sidecar that's also full of names.
Yeah.
Anytime someone on that list that you have displaying gets a call, your phone would ring.
This sounds terrible, Nick.
Someone messed up big time.
So we checked that setting and it wasn't enabled.
It wasn't.
No, but it was. It wasn't enabled, but it thought it was enabled. So we had to like go in and have the phone forget everything about itself and then repull all of its configurations and it was fine. But for all like two or three people all morning their phone was just ringing nonstop because it was mostly customer service that had each because they have transfer buttons because
Yeah,
they
they
have
have
different
a ton
locations.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had each location's like customer service line that gets called like quite a lot. If you add them
Yeah.
all up, it's hundreds of calls a day. So it was just all day.
That sounds terrible, but
was the
also
bullshit.
hilarious.
That was the bullshit of my morning. I'm just like staring at it. I'm like,
I could just imagine the ticket or what the call in saying, hey, my phone's ringing, but it's not. But it is. But it's a little different.
it's like,
And just
they
being like,
described it as,
what are they talking about?
and it was like, at first they were like, our caller ID's not working because we're getting calls and we don't see that like someone's calling. So that's what we
Yeah.
were going off of, and it was just completely wrong in the end of what it was. Like, where we started and where we ended were like two different islands. So yeah, that was some of my, yeah, that was the bullshit of my morning. Like, really.
I did have a ticket come in right before I went on vacation where someone called in on a Wednesday saying, "Hey, something's not right with this computer." I called back the user and I said, "Okay, do you know what's wrong?" Because it wasn't that person's computer. They were calling for the end user. And they're like, "Oh, no, let me call up the end user." So they pulled out a second phone instead of just making a three-way conference call. They pulled up a second phone, called them, and like had both phones like in one hand so we could all hear each other. And
Oh,
I could barely hear the
God.
person. They could barely hear me. And they're just like, nothing's working at all, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, can you call on Thursday? Because I'm taking off Friday. He's like, yeah. He doesn't call Thursday. I call towards the end of the day Thursday. They're off all day Thursday, apparently.
Oh,
And then
nice.
they call in on Friday. And instead of asking for someone else to look at it, they told dispatch, oh, he's already looked at it. It's still not working. And I got an email of that on Friday. And I sent our dispatch person an email because I'm like, I'm off. I never looked at it. All they told me was it's not working. That's not me investigating the machine.
Yeah.
Man,
Just, some people don't know how to basic descriptions like, is it not turning on? Is your email not working?
Yeah, the more information, the better for the most part. Until you get like way too much, the more the better.
I had someone call in because their computer was running a little bit louder than normal. And I'm like, well, is it like super loud? They're like, no, but normally I never hear it. Now there's a slight hum. And I'm like, "Uh, uh, you can try cleaning it out with canned air." That's what my answer to them was. And I closed the ticket because what am I
oh,
supposed to do when your fan starts to make a low hum noise?
I,
Bop it.
I had a real good one today.
Yeah.
Another real good one. This is an afternoon one.
Oh,
Last
okay.
hour of the day one.
Oh, okay.
My monitor isn't turning on. Huh.
Okay. Is it
Okay.
plugged in?
It was working this morning. I know it was. I passed by your desk. It worked.
Sure.
I blew a fuse at my cubicle earlier. And since then I won't turn on. I'm like, fuck you. You fucking blew your monitor out. I don't know what the hell. I'm the only male in this specific building. So do you know what that means?
What? What does that
Space
mean?
heaters everywhere. Space
Oh, I
heaters as far
forgot.
space
Oh.
heaters as far as the eye can see. That's not sexist. I just never seen a male put a
No,
space heater on in their office.
I'm sorry, it's true.
Never seen it.
When I
Not
worked at
all
the
women use
credit
space
union,
heaters,
it was like
but
that too, Nick.
what?
When I worked at the credit union, it was like that too. They would cram them right underneath their desk with all their papers and just
Maybe
crank
males
that
do it?
thing on high.
But no, I've only ever really just seen females use
No,
space
that's what I'm
heaters
saying.
everywhere.
Like that's how I saw it at the credit union.
Yeah.
They would have like a stack of papers right next to it, cranking it on high, and I would go sit at their desk and I would like accidentally kick it, and it would feel like my shoe is melting.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have
That's
them
because it
fucking
probably was.
I enter in some of these small rooms, you have like 4 women blasting their space heater, and like, are none of you guys hot? Like,
I
And they're
can't
wearing like hoodies and
imagine
stuff too.
the cost.
I I don't. I could mine Bitcoin, and I could claim that I'm being less like environmentally sucking than one of these people.
Just water cool your Bitcoin mining PC, Nick. Just it's a big ass radiator.
Be like, you can. Yeah. So
I'm water heating my room.
so I learned that, and I'm like, okay, you're. It's one of those. Her outlets are one of those like cubicle outlets, Bruno. Like they're electric, like
Yeah.
they're wired at the
Are
base.
they ground faults that you have to click the button and they trip
No,
sometimes? Okay.
these are just outlets at the bottom of the cubicle
Yeah.
that are wired to something. I don't know where they're wired to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
It gets tricky, but I know
So
what you're talking about.
I'm like looking. I'm like, huh, your monitor isn't turning on. Huh, your laptop's not charging.
Oh.
Huh, your dock's not on. I look down at the power strip. I'm like, huh, is that on? I like flip it, and I'm like, maybe like maybe it tripped, and you have to just reset it. Like
Yeah.
I I do it. The power strip freaks out. It starts beeping. I
Oh, really?
It was kind of fancy or kind of not. Like
Okay.
I'm like,
I mean,
huh.
I would assume so when you say it starts beeping.
It was like,
That,
beep,
that that's like you gotta have something fancy.
and it just stopped beeping. So I'm like, huh. I'm like, oh fuck me. So I start to pull out the power plug of the power strip from the outlet. I'm like, this is a little harder than I thought it would be. Fucking like the casing of the outlet is melted.
Okay. Jesus.
Like the front plate, because it's just plastic, like part of the cubicle plastic, kind of cut out with the outlet like housing behind it. Um, of I have a picture. I need to find it
Oh,
of
okay. Of your melted
power
outlet?
strip, just of the power strip.
Oh, okay.
Um, screenshot. From screenshot, I gotta open up Discord. From
And
Discord, I
ribbit.
gotta find my picture, and I gotta hope that it's not too big.
I hate that. I hate that that's a thing that I need to be worried about. Oh
So,
my god.
so if you look at that picture kind of closely,
I can look at it from pretty far away, to be honest.
so the plug was pretty melty.
Pretty? That thing's very melty.
I don't know if you're able to
Wait,
tell, but
is that the power supply or the power strip plug, or is that the plug of something else?
that's the plug for the power strip, that Belkin
Okay.
power strip.
Yeah.
Can
I
you tell
could
which one?
see this shit. Yeah.
So I don't know if you're able to tell, but in the top left, that's where the space heater was plugged in. I
I
don't
would
know
have
'cause
never guessed, Nick.
it's not like it's a different color or anything like that.
No, of course not. It's the
Wait, hold
same
on. Sorry.
color.
So I just got back. What is that picture?
So, space heater
That's
lady. Here, I got the recap. I got
I
you.
heard like power strip was off, dock was off,
So,
something.
space heater lady blew her cubicle's power to shit.
Wait, did she have a power strip into a power strip?
No, what happened was the power strip was plugged into the cubicle. That got melty as shit. And the space heater plugged into the power strip. Yeah, you can see the little brown chit stain looking
Yeah.
one up there. That's the space heater one. So the space heater was going ham, which means the power strip was going even more ham and just
The
blew everything.
cubicle
know.
power always scares me because I find they're not always grounded properly and I get zapped so much on cubicles.
man.
Well, this one's doing some funky stuff.
Yeah, so that outlet's safe now because you can't use it anymore because it's like melted shut.
We solved your problem. We turned it off.
No, so like she's just like, oh yeah, my monitor's not working. So she went out and she was doing stuff. So I was like, I replaced the power strip and I took this out to her. I'm like, hey, I'd fucking not use that space heater if I were you. She's like, oh, why? I'm like, I show her this. I'm like, I don't know if I trust it anymore. Like,
Because it's
everything was
melty.
working. She's like, did you not? Like, I wanted to know, did you not smell any plastic melting? Because there was multiple points where plastic
You
was
have
melting.
to. Well,
I
maybe
don't
she's
know.
got COVID.
If
She
they
don't
leave
have
it on
the
over,
smell.
if they leave it on overnight though too.
I hope they don't. I'm not gonna have a
Oh
place
my
to work if
God.
they do.
No, you'll
It's
just help the remote
terrifying.
places.
My desk is in that building, Dit.
Take your desk home. Problem solved.
Like, I just don't understand how they're so cold all the time.
All the time. And yeah. So that was like towards the end. That one was towards the end of the day. That one was I'm sure I need to stock up on power strips. I'm not convinced this isn't gonna happen again.
Oh, it's absolutely will. We just started the cold months.
I know. It's not even cold. Like, it's cold, but it's not cold. It's
Okay,
cool.
I've got another tech support ticket for you, okay?
Okay.
I have a weather station and a few temperature probe things that I can put places, right?
Right. Yep.
It's from Accurate, which is a fairly well-known company in the
Mhm.
in the grand scheme of things.
Do you submit your data anywhere?
I think it's going to Weather Underground. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I got a phone app. I can do some things, look at some things, right?
Yep.
I use it on 4 devices, okay?
Your phone.
My phone, my dad's phone, which is an iPhone, okay?
Okay.
Get both ends of the spectrum. My computer, okay, 5. My computer, his computer, both Windows 10.
Mhm.
And a browser source on OBS on a laptop. Okay?
Hmm.
Roll a dice and pick 2. Those are the ones that work today.
Phone and your desktop. They only 2 work at a time?
Only 2 work at a time. I have no clue why. Okay, today mine works. Both of mine. He was bitching about it earlier not working.
Okay.
I have no clue what the problem is. I don't think it's on my end though, because something works.
Yeah.
The OBS settings. Is it both of you using OBS or just you with OBS?
It's a laptop in my living room that's doing a lot of things that runs OBS to display things through a projector on the monitor.
We used to
Oh,
use
so
that.
I thought you said you were using a web source. I was gonna say it's the web hosting
A
location
browser source
possibly,
on
like,
OBS, which is OBS opening a browser in itself.
Okay, I didn't know like if the source you're pulling the data from was possibly bandwidth limited.
No.
I'm
And
guessing
it's been fine before. It's just like,
is the web
roll
host
the
locally
dice.
hosted? Or does it go back to somewhere and then you pull it from there?
It goes to Accurate and I pull it from them.
Gotcha. You got
It's a funky one. I don't know what. I'm gonna send him an email or something.
You don't have like licenses? Like you can only have 2 like sources pulling?
No.
Okay.
It's just, it
That'd be my
works.
first thought.
No. And like I said, it's worked plenty fine before. And it's not any of my devices because it works on at least one of them at any given moment. It's weird. It's like one of those ones that I just don't know how to fix.
Yeah. Some things aren't fixable because they're just not they're not your problem to fix. Like you just can't do something. You can't like code someone else's program to work.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like you block. I can't make it work. Can't block ads. It's someone else's job to make it work. It's been what, 2 weeks now since we've had ad-free experience on Twitch?
Dude, it's a shit show.
It's bad because for people like me, I don't want ads being shown. Bruno's trying to help me test stuff, and every time Bruno refreshes, he gets hit with something.
Yeah, it's every refresh on a stream or any new stream. I have to sit through like 4 30-second ads.
It's so many ads that like they're pushing it so hard. I don't know. Get better, coders. Let's crack this code. Let's beat them.
Like, I'm not fully against ads. I'm against obtrusive and like bad ads. Like the big one for me is the download button ads. I hate them so much.
Can't tell which one's which.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Just guess one. Just guess. Download.com. Winterstadt.
Let me see if I can find one quick.
That one. You might get that one. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Acorns
there's a
with-
download. It's the first thing I went to. This download button, the biggest one out of all of them, it's not the right download button.
Yeah, it do be like that sometimes.
Like, it's annoying. It's terrible.
Just gotta guess, dude. Rip it. Get Acorns for Business back up.
I don't want Acorn. I don't want Acronis either.
Oh, that's what.
Nick, are you a little dyslexic? A little bit?
I just don't read sometimes.
I see.
I can't spell.
No, I can't either, so you're fine with that one.
I saw acorn and then I saw acornis. That's again. I think that some of that stems from me not being able to spell. Is that I just think everything's like phonetic. Knife.
Let's be real. The English language is not an easy one.
It do be like I don't. Is that proper English? Do be like that sometimes.
Probably not, but it's probably
it
close.
Do be like that. I think it do be like that is proper because it is the subject. It or do is the action and
English was like my worst subject in school. So,
I like the people that say sorry for my poor English, and it's like you speak better than most people who only know English.
the reason people and those the only thing like they have issues with that people are like that they might make something plural when it's not supposed to be plural. It's like
But they like studied it to try and do it well,
good
whereas
at it.
most people who speak it already when they're learning it, they're like, I'm doing it because I have to.
You know what language I learned? Someone told me is a really easy language to learn.
what?
Arabic.
Latin.
Really?
Arabic's
Why?
apparently really
Like,
easy.
do you know why?
He said it's just like very straightforward. Like you're gonna say
Okay.
what you're. It's not flowery. You're just saying what you're saying. Like it's not a big language. It's very small and it's very to the point.
Like a precise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like English where you could say like something's inflammable. It means it's flammable. It still fucking blows my mind.
So
Well,
thinking about this and what we're talking about here, I have a question for you. Okay.
Okay.
It's like one of those "there's no stupid questions" kind of questions, right?
Well, yes.
It might be a stupid question though.
Probably.
So in school, I took a class called English class. Okay.
Really?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Do people in other
I've
languages
never
take
heard of such a thing.
an English class, their language class, or what do they call it?
They probably
like-
call it something else, but it probably
Like,
is like
if
similar.
you are Japanese and speak Japanese,
Proficiency.
do you take a Japanese class?
They might just call it a comprehension class or something.
Yeah, I'm assuming if I'd have to actually guess on that, I'd guess that like a
Okay.
reading and writing comprehension. Like they'd have some word to just describe being able to practice the reading and the writing.
Mhm.
And it would be general because it would be assumed that you're learning your own if you don't have a subject differentiator in front of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the reason we use English is because it's easier than comprehensive. people to
comprehension.
spell.
Yeah. I mean, we just say science, but that can mean any fucking thing. Like, you could be learning
Sure.
about the mitochondria, which are the powerhouse of the cell, to...
You know, the other day I was thinking about, like, you know how they say you use math in a lot of things?
Mm-hmm.
And how, oh yeah, you'll use math forever. And while I generally agree with them, I was thinking, you know, I've never had to do like an algebraic x equals kind of formula in my entire life since I took those classes.
I think most people could get away with just algebra, like that being like the highest level math they take.
Yeah.
And only algebra, just because the idea of trying to figure out a number you don't know with the numbers you do know could be helpful, like to a degree.
But that's the thing that I got to when I was like, yeah, never used that one.
Like, I could see it for practical stuff. Like, you have 10 feet of yarn, and you know you're gonna need 2 feet, 2 feet, and 3 feet. How much do you have left? You know, that type of shit. Being able to figure out missing numbers based on what stuff you know.
I guess.
That's the only like thing I could think of, is like that's why most people, like, that'd be the biggest, like, hardest thing I think people in their average life would need math for.
Yeah. I've definitely
Or
used some stuff that I thought was going to be useless.
budgeting would be like, that's another good thing to have
Yeah.
algebra for. You have this much, like, this is your budget and these are your costs. What do you have left? Like,
But I view that more of as like basic addition and subtraction and stuff. Or
but that's
basic, I
that's
guess.
part of algebra.
I guess, yeah, you could say that.
The concept of finding an unknown number, is algebra, in like the most general terms.
That sine cosine stuff though, that can get thrown out.
Well, that's when you get into like
Unless you're
pre-calc,
doing something that actually uses it.
trigonometry, pre-calc.
Yeah.
Fuck math. Fuck.
So Steph says in her, sorry, this is late. I'm really bad with reading chats. Steph says in her school it was just called language arts,
Ah.
which
Oh,
I
that's
think
another.
I have
See, that one makes
heard it
more
called that
sense.
also in like school for English and stuff.
Yeah, I've been in places where it was called language arts.
Okay. I was trying to keep tabs on your chat, but I do have a lot of things open right now.
Does she use a space heater?
Are you a space heater kind of person, Steph?
Are you melting your shoes? Well, it is Canada though. Like, I don't. Maybe. I don't know how much of the heat they crank up in an office there.
Is it stereotypical for a female office worker in Canada to have a space heater? Okay, no space heaters, confirmed. Steph is not a baby.
Oh, okay. Man, I know people. I worked with people that put them on in the summer because the AC was too cold for them. They're running their space heaters in the summer because the AC was too cold for them.
Nick, I can't. No.
And I'm not fucking, like, that's what they did.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell myself. It makes me feel defeated. I'm just sitting in my office, pretty chill. And it do be like that. Um, I don't even know where we are.
Time wise, day wise, or like what you looking for there?
We are at 29 hours. You guys want to do a 30-hour pod?
No.
Not really. I mean,
cut
I could
the-
talk for a while, but it would
Just
become
cut out the
rambly.
video part.
It would become rambly pretty damn quick.
There's only a couple podcasts that I think Bruno and I could have gotten like 3 hours for. They're very far in between, but there was like 1 or 2 instances that we were hitting 2 hours and I was still hitting the stride. Like, I thought we were still in stride.
It's been more than 1 or 2. we've had at least 10.
Yeah.
We've been.
We
This
could-
is 133 here. 134 if you want to be perfectly correct.
I was talking to someone who said they wanted to start a podcast, and I think they could possibly would. Like I
Like, they
would
would
put it
actually
on
follow
money that
through.
there's a stronger possibility than most. And
Yeah.
I told them oh, I do a podcast, and they're like, really? I'm like oh, do you do it a lot? I'm like, I guess yeah, I guess we're up to 130 some episodes now, and they're like, oh my god, gotta pick your brain. I'm like, yeah, I got advice. There's a lot of fucking ways you can fuck this shit up.
Ramble.
First off, podcast.com, stay the hell away from it.
just don't fucking do it. It's an option. I'm just never gonna tell you it's an option.
If you could redo it, Nick, would you have gone to a paid service?
I would have waited a year and used the free service Spotify runs. That's just so much better.
Second off, start with 1.
Yeah.
Can
This
we,
saved a lot of
like,
headache.
that's been a problem, okay?
Yes, it has. Consistent. You gotta just do it. That's my other advice. You can't don't skip a week. This
Or
would have failed a
2.
lot. What? Or 2. Well, we paused a week or 2. We decided we were gonna take a break. Think if we did this shit inconsistently.
Oh, it would be terrible.
You get a podcast every you get 3 weeks in a row for 4 months off.
Look at how much I stream. It's very inconsistent.
I don't know.
There's like 2 weeks that I'm like bang, 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 bang. And then it's like 2 months without anything.
2 months, Bruno. Come on.
Bruno, you gotta get on the consistency. Say you're gonna
When was the last time I streamed, Nick?
Look at
You
Discord.
streamed
I will.
I'm surprised you didn't stream the Factorio more.
Did you
I
stream
didn't.
Factorio?
I didn't. No, I didn't at all.
Oh,
I didn't
you
want
didn't
to.
even do it once.
You
Oh.
streamed something recently. I don't know what it was. Was it pre-Factorio?
Yeah.
Was it Satisfactory?
No.
It was more recent than that.
Was it golfing?
Shit. What was it? I don't even remember.
Rocket League?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I swear you streamed something.
It also gets mixed up because of the Discord streaming stuff too.
Yeah.
Like in our memories. Because we'll be like, oh, yeah, we saw you playing Discord.
That makes sense. We did play
That's
that.
what it was.
Oh, yeah, you guys did that like
Journey mode.
unlock everything thing,
Yeah.
right?
That was fun, but I'd never play that again. That was such a pointless way to play Terraria.
It kinda was. I thought it was gonna be better than it was.
It's just such a pointless way to play Terraria.
It was okay though.
It was fun. I just would never play it again because it's like speed running the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
The first 5 minutes we made so much progress.
you got
It was like,
got
oh,
10
I got
pennies.
this, you got this. Okay. Here's money. Okay, we got plat.
We have 10,000 platinum just because. Okay, we had 1 bar of iron. Turn that 1 bar of iron into 50,000 bars of iron.
I feel like I thought it was gonna be something different.
I
I
thought
don't
it
know
was
how
too.
I thought it was gonna be something
I thought it
different,
was
but I
gonna be
did.
like gated that you had to you couldn't unlock stuff until you did certain stuff. I thought it'd be more like questy.
I thought it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. I think it
You
would have
guys were
been
pretty
like.
much on Minecraft creative after like the first day.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, that's pretty much what it was. It was creative, except you had to pay in to unlock things. So if you wanted cobblestone, or stone, sorry. If you wanted stone, you needed 100 of it. And you had to pay that 100, and then you had as much as you ever wanted.
The things that only needed one item allowed you guys to get infinite money.
We had
Well, no.
infinite money.
Money, we needed... See, the
Like 100
problem with
copper.
money was you needed copper. You needed 100 copper, and then you could have as much money as you ever wanted. You just had to work up the tiers.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying like you could couldn't you sell the stuff that you would dupe though too?
Yeah, but you
Or-
could dupe money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but I'm
you
saying to
had
get to the
money.
money duping, you could get one piece of wood, sell
100
the.
You
copper.
needed
You-
100 copper. That's like 2 mobs.
That's
Okay.
1 silver.
But still, that's what I'm saying. Like you're able to buy stuff way before you should have.
Yes.
Yeah, we had as much money as we ever could have wanted as soon as we started the game.
Because you
And
were like, oh, I died. There goes this
we got
200
in. I'm
plat.
like, hey, can we just make money? And Bruno like got a silver from killing a bunny. It said, yeah, give me a second. 2 minutes later, hands Burry and I like 10 stacks of like platinum. And we had a platinum pile for the longest time. Like just a stack of platinum.
Yeah. But it was a running joke that, oh, I died. There goes 500 platinum. Because you drop money when you die.
I got 1 stack of the best ammo. I had the best ammo for the rest of the game that you're only supposed to run during like boss battles.
Yeah.
Fun concept. Poor replayability in my mind.
I think it's
Yeah.
more for people who wanted the type of Minecraft creative, but in the Terraria world.
Guess.
Yeah, but it wasn't creative either. Because you had to pay for stuff. So you had to play the game to get creative. It was this weird, like, middle ground. I don't know. I enjoyed having sliders for stuff, though. Like, for
That was good.
difficulty and mob spawn rate.
I guess
That
the
was
biggest thing
good.
is it's something that a mod could have done a lot better, in my opinion. Like, even though I didn't play it, if you wanted to do creative Terraria, there's probably a
So-
mod that would just give you every item.
There's just servers that will give you that.
Yeah, I have some of them. Like, to test stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
You just go to free item server, then you just type what you
Or
want.
you just get the world. Like,
Yeah.
there's a world that's just filled with stuff.
I don't know.
but- Yeah, it was weird. There are mods that do that though, is the thing. Like, I remember when we did Calamity, we used, I think it was called the Fargo alias or something. So like all the potions, if you made 30 of them, you could craft an infinity potion of that item. So you could use it as long and as much as you wanted. I think that was a great like thing to have that for. And it was nice to be able to just flick it on or off and just
You can make
work.
it infinite anything.
Yeah, and the ammo too.
Yeah.
But it was a good number too. You had to make 4,000 of something for ammos. So,
Well, there we are.
speaking of making ammo, did you guys ever buy the ammo machine I tried talking you into before? Back in peak COVID era?
no,
Do you guys
No.
remember that conversation?
I
we
do.
had?
Yes.
I don't know if that was in the podcast or not, but
I
we
don't
found out it
remember
is
either.
cheaper to make your own 9mm after like, what was it, 3,000 rounds or something?
Yeah, I could have told you that though. You need a lot of rounds. You need to shoot very often to make back that kind of
You need
number.
You need to have the space for it all.
That too. It's not a tiny item.
You buy a second apartment with the money you're making by selling ammo.
I mean, right now you probably could sell ammo pretty easy.
Probably. Can't get primers though.
Well, there you go. That's a problem.
Take it off other ammo.
Get a lot of shit right
Not
now.
quite how that works.
What do you mean? Just sell it primer free ammo. Will never fire by
Alright.
accident.
I'm going to be honest. I would be terrified to take a live primer out of a casing. And to try and keep it.
Bruno, just call it like Little Timmy's first gun, and it's just bullets without a primer in it.
Did you see Mosin ammo?
I probably have. It just looks like a normal big bullet.
I mean, yeah, it is. That's what it is.
It's not like it's special, but it is a big bullet.
It will hurt.
It would maybe if you're not just missing the thing to hurt.
Maybe.
I mean, how can your hand hurt if it obliterates your hand? Like, there's no hand to hurt.
The part
It'll
around
then
the
your
hand.
arm hurts, Nick.
Yeah, but your hand doesn't hurt.
You know, there's phantom feeling and stuff too, right?
Yeah, but you'll be in shock.
The only way it doesn't hurt is if you cut my hand off first and then shoot it. And
Yeah,
the
it
only
wouldn't
reason
hurt.
it doesn't hurt is because the other thing hurt first.
What if you cut off your hand, shoot where it was cut, and the bullet gets so hot it cauterizes the cut? Then the shot will actually make it feel better, right?
It's not the
I
idea with like
think it's
light.
getting to you, Dit. I think it's
Isn't it
getting
like
to you.
No,
lightsabers would be?
this is a full-on coherent thought without
I
any
know it
initi-
is. That's the problem.
But isn't that my normal thoughts?
I know.
I can tell you're hurting because of your hair.
What's wrong with my hair?
It's like dipping on your forehead so hard. It's so worn.
No, I showered like a couple hours ago.
Okay. It looks like it's okay.
This is the twos and COVID haircut.
How you got 10 more hours in you?
I don't know. I might do 35, 30, somewhere in there. Like it's
It hits.
it's the
doesn't it?
twilight hours. Huh?
It hits.
It's the hours where like Bruno's asleep that are the roughest.
Who's Anik?
Anik's back there, but like when it gets that late, he's kind of just zoned in too.
Hmm.
It's like today was really hard between the time Bruno went to bed and Fee woke up. And like I passed out for 30 minutes because I laid on my bed, which was a huge mistake.
Why'd you do
And when I came
that?
and when I came back, I was legit like, I don't want to stream anymore. I just want to turn it off. But I don't want to deal with Nick being like, dude, I thought you were gonna stream for 40 hours. So I kept on going.
You're right. I would have said that. 'Cause you need to let's set realistic goals and let's surpass goals. Let's set a 24-hour stream and then go
No, because
30.
I did 30 and I need to one up myself.
But you were going for 48 the last time.
No, I did 30 last time and I did 30. My PC crashed in the middle of it. So you were like, oh, you're gonna do 30 hours.
Was the last stream another WoW release?
I've streamed since then, but that was my last 30 hours.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited for Cyberpunk. I'm not gonna do 30 hours straight of
Cyberpunk, I
Cyberpunk.
won't, because Cyberpunk is not time dependent on anything. Like, WoW is so time dependent on stuff. You know what
I
I'm
mean, if
saying?
it's gonna release at 6 a.m., I'm gonna like I'm gonna go sleep on the futon until 6 a.m. And I'll be like, oh boy, it's 6 a.m.
And then at 6 a.m., wake up, see that something didn't go right, and it's delayed for a couple hours.
It's probably gonna have no. It's gonna be updating
Days.
for a couple hours.
Here's this WoW release was perfect.
What?
I did not have a single issue on release.
I will say, Nick, Steam is pretty good with pre-release stuff.
I hope.
I would hope that it's not stupid.
I'm using
You're
GOG, so as long as I can download the EXE, I'm fine.
using GOG. What?
Yeah. Because I'm buying on Amazon, so it's a GOG code,
Oh.
which GOG is a DRM free site, and they just give you this straight up EXE file.
Okay.
Like, that's what Amazon did. I would have liked just digital code to pre-download, but I have to wait for physical code to be mailed to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just need to figure out. I want to plan ahead of time what type of. I'm not gonna go stealth. I don't think I don't want to enjoy a stealth game. but I'm not gonna go all out brawler. I need to figure out what type of character I want to do.
I go Smork.
Thinking, maybe I'll just go like full cyborg, like rocket arm.
Do we even really know what it's like gonna be possible though?
Yeah, if you watch the trailer, it just showed you a couple possibilities of like things.
I find it so weird. The game is so hyped, and we know so little about it.
Yeah,
We know
For now.
Keanu's in it.
yeah, he's an illusion apparently. Like he's just like
Yeah,
a
you
figment of
have
their
Keanu's brain chip in your brain.
Man, I want a Genos rocket arm. You know,
That's
Just
second
sweet.
half
season.
the game gets deleted off your system.
Like no, second season One Punch Man. Whenever he learned that he was just gonna get his arms ripped off, and they made him into rocket arms. He's like, huh? Well, if they're gonna get ripped off, let's just make him into like a rocket ship.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the parts where he just says, "I'm gonna blast this building off the face of the earth."
I'm more powerful. Proceeds to like be one upped every time.
Master Saitama, what is wrong with me? Oh, well, you're just not powerful enough, Genos. Okay, okay, thank you. Oh, by the way, I should show them this.
Opa.
I have a Saitama live wallpaper. I like to make him dizzy sometimes.
What do you mean a live wallpaper?
It's like animated
wallpaper
and it does
engine?
stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's a Saitama face that is literally the size of my screen, and his eyeballs track my mouse.
We all got an anime we're kind of interested in watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
So Bruno, you want to know where I learned about this anime?
Yeah, let me hear it.
What's a website that has a certain type of people that you probably shouldn't hang out with?
4chan.
Exactly.
Really? Damn,
God.
I'm good.
I mean, I was hoping that wasn't the answer, but I knew deep down that's what it was.
So let me send. This is the meme that I learned about this show. This is how it all started, and I like actually like.
Oh God.
Nick,
4chan
that's a
is.
super weeaboo image.
I'm not saying it's not. Grandpa is 95 years old. Was in a British tank
Can I
battalion during World
show
War II.
this?
Yes. Was stationed in Europe several times during the conflict. He was always a role model for me and a tough guy to heart. Go visit him the other day because at his beach house. Brought my laptop with Girls und Panzer on it. Thought he would think it was fun that old tanks from him are being now used in pop culture. Tell him that I have something to show him. Start with the first episode. He just sits there with a blank expression. Halfway through the episode, he asked me to stop. He asked me to leave him alone. He retreats into his study, mumbling something like, "This is what I fought for." Haven't heard from him since. That's
And you want us to watch it.
I'm down. I have it already.
Unironically.
We're going to.
So
this is
what
just
was
how I
your-
learned about what?
What was your feelings, Bruno, on JoJo?
I don't
Well,
know,
you only saw
Dit.
the first couple episodes.
I don't know.
It's out there, isn't it?
I like the. I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't watched enough.
It's rough the first few episodes.
I'm 5 in and I still don't understand whether I enjoy it or not.
It goes from big buff brawly men to magic powers.
Real quick, too.
Oh no, you're not
Like-
at the magic powers yet.
Okay.
I know you're thinking it's magic powers, but no, you're still in the big buff brawly
Okay.
man era.
We'll see. I don't know yet. It's a little funky. Like, I don't know. It's fine. But I still don't know what's going on.
You don't need to.
And then it's like,
Enjoy.
oh, you know this? I knew that. And it's like, how did you know that?
It's the got him, but it's every episode. It's amazing. That goes on for about 100 episodes.
There aren't 100 episodes.
No, of all of JoJo.
There aren't 100 episodes.
How many's in season 3?
I'm gonna guess 30.
I could have sworn it was over 100 I saw.
There are 39 episodes, apparently. Let me look. Hold on.
That is not right.
Oh, okay. There are 39 in season 3. Okay, there's over 100.
Did watch a lot of something. If it wasn't.
Is it? Do I have this many episodes?
Maybe you're missing episodes.
It was
I
hard for
haven't
me
even
to
looked.
find a bunch.
No, I found a whole batch.
Just laying around.
Oh, that went over something it wasn't supposed to. Whoops. Let me
I
look.
know.
Yes, Nick. What's up?
Messing stuff up over there.
I don't know why Windows decided that's where it wanted to open a file explorer. Up all the way up there on that monitor.
Do be
All
like
right.
that one.
JoJo, where are you at? I think that's the name of it in Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know that one on.
JoJo Kimyu no Bakin. So 26 in that one. Oh, yep, there's 48 in that. There's 39. And that's also 39. All dual audio.
There should
1080p.
be. There's some that are non-English dubbed. And that's what took me forever to find.
I have the full 4 seasons in dual audio. I don't know what to
Well,
tell
I'm
you.
trying to count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 is. I can't find the 6th. The 5th I was able to find.
What fifth? Fifth what?
JoJo season.
There's 4 of them.
Looks like there's some discrepancies on this.
Yeah.
I think you need to stop.
There's like
thinking.
half seasons, I think.
Whatever
Hold
episode
on.
list you had up originally kind of broke them down. Looks like
I
there's
think
like
I might be going by chapters.
There's like these halves or something. I don't know what the deal is.
yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but there's only 4 seasons.
There's 4 seasons, but there's like 5 or sorry, 5.
6.
Yeah. 4 seasons, 5 things. I don't know.
6.
Oh yeah, 6. Sorry. The first 2 are split in halves of some sort.
Yeah, the first season's made up of 9 episodes, then it's made up of 17 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's probably just depending on where you're looking at it. Some probably don't count them as 1, 2, 3, 4. Some probably do count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think I was going off of chapters, not seasons.
Probably.
Yeah. I definitely found something that was put up after you finished. So that's a little different
Is
as well.
the main character female? Because that's the stuff that is after where I'm at.
No. I found something that was compiled after you finished JoJo. The thing I got was made into a batch after you were done. And I think you watched before some of the dubbed episodes dropped or something.
Oh yeah, everything I was watching was in sub only.
Yeah.
But that's because I was impatient and I just moved in and I really wanted something to do because I was bored.
Gotcha. Oh man, I missed Fredo playing Spaghetti Land. He's gone already.
I don't want to watch that.
It's so interesting to see how people think, Nick.
Yes.
You just gotta look at how much different he's thinking than us in Factorio.
Not even the same realm.
It's like all he can think of is sushi belts.
This thing is like just do it, instead of being like, well, let's not just do it. Let's like, okay, we're gonna mine here, smelt here, refine over here, or like craft over here. His is just like he just wants to do it. He's thinking too small.
It's a fine way to play. I don't care how somebody else plays the game. But it's very different than the way we play.
It's fine to play that way, but I don't.
It's short-sighted. It is.
He won't get far. He could get far and he could brute force it, but the way
He'd
he's
either have to
playing
just find a different patch or just tear everything down and redo it later.
This way is fine to begin a game. You can't end a game with this and it be reliably fast. You could,
Yeah.
if you play the time game, it's 100% possible. Don't get me wrong. But he's not getting a full belt of iron of blue belt.
He told me he's got plenty of iron, and I saw like one piece of iron on every third belt.
Yes.
And he said he's got plenty.
It is interesting.
So,
Again, we've played it. We've
You
made a
guys
lot
have
of
that
mistakes.
so optimized for every little bit.
have you watched us play Factorio?
We just know things to avoid.
Like, I don't know that I would call what we do optimized. It's just like,
It's thought out from
sure,
years of experience and trial and error. Like, you know right off the bat, oh, we gotta get this going right away or something. Like, it might not be the best way to do it, but you know it has to be done in some way, shape, or fashion.
The only reason we didn't finish the game earlier is because robots couldn't transfer gas. If robots could have transferred gas in Petrochem,
I mean, they kind of do in a way, but it's just like,
it's a shitty way. If they could
yeah.
if they could fill up, if they had a tank mounted on them, Bruno, and they could carry like
Yo, third robot type. You have logistics, you have constructor, and you have like
gas
Canister.
transportation.
Gas and fluid transfer.
You and me would have sat down saying we're gonna make the oxygen farm, and we would have made a huge ass oxygen
Oh my
farm.
god, Nick, we would have had 100 things pumping oxygen,
and all the robots would have been constantly stealing it for everywhere we didn't want to put, like
yeah,
make oxygen.
Exactly.
It would have changed that whole playthrough.
When are you ready for the next one? How long do I gotta wait?
Are you ready to even jump into another one?
Probably not.
You'd probably hop in, but then as it starts going, you'd probably burn out a little bit.
Maybe. It would be a very different one, though. So, I was watching something the other day, and it was Crastorio 2 with Factorissimo. I think that would be a good combo. A mod we've never played.
Okay.
With buildings that we can hide into.
That'll make the fucking server lag to shit.
Apparently it's better.
Okay.
Last time we played, it was dog shit. Now it's like,
yes.
Okay, I think.
That's how you make C block work, when you don't even need that much space and you can just throw it into smaller amounts.
We messed up in C block and didn't do Petrochem when we were supposed to.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the issues we had with that.
We didn't want to get into it.
Yeah. Like, I enjoyed it, but it was a couple too many guesses. Like, it was too much.
It was too much repeated.
I got really sick of making oxygen. I also kind of got sick of having how much ore processing we did. Like,
it was like 1,000.
3/4 of our map was ore processing.
It wasn't even. It was shitty in the end. Like you didn't get that much from a big amount.
Until we got our stupid god module things.
Cheat module.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Science though, we figured out science.
Did we?
Beacons.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But that was cheaty too.
It was.
But it was cheaty at the right time. It was cheaty at the time when I was like, okay, I think at 148 hours, I think we're doing pretty good here.
We can wrap this baby. This baby can only fit so many nights.
So many oxygens.
At one point I did have 60 hours played in the last 2 weeks. I know you probably had more, but that was pretty good for what I could put into it anymore.
Yeah. You were putting some hours in. You made your oxygen.
Not included.
What game you guys could into? Starts with a W, ends with a W. It's only got one letter in the middle.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe you guessed that on the first try.
Wham!
I don't want to grind that much. Or I'd only want to grind for like a week and then quit.
People do that.
Fee.
No, you'd be surprised how many people play for like the first month and then just never touch the game again.
Till the next expansion.
Yeah, or major patch, because the story of the game is really good. Like, I tear up sometimes when I see some of the videos and the
Why
lore
can't they
and all
make
that
good
stuff.
movies?
Because they tried to make them live action instead of animated.
Live action, wow.
It's probably different teams in charge of all that stuff.
What?
Live action, wow. That's something.
It was not. Apparently, it did really good outside the US, but.
Really?
Probably.
Yeah. Like in the Chinese market, it was great.
What's the last live action thing that was actually good, in your opinion? Because like
One
I
Punch wasn't live action.
I start thinking about like Detective Pikachu and the Psyduck of Nightmare Fuel.
I liked it.
The Sonic movie turned out good, I thought. After
Really?
they redid it.
I didn't hear that about that one after, really.
I don't know. I don't know what the last live action movie other than Detective Pikachu, now that you mention it. I don't.
Like, Detective Pikachu itself was okay, but it was a little weird at times.
It's like, how do you draw a flat 2D thing in a real world environment?
Like, I'm looking for the good actual picture of Psyduck, like, just creeping over the shoulder of the person in the car. Psyduck.
I don't know.
Would you have a Pokemon if they were real?
Probably, because it would be like a dog.
Yeah, fucking beating up little fucking 10-year-olds.
Oh, in a gym, some little kid comes in with a brand new Pokemon he got 10 minutes ago. Just stomp him to the ground.
I'm gonna get a Cubone and just whip his bone at fucking 10-year-olds. Just to fucking prove they're not gonna be the very best.
Like, look at that dude. He's pretty neat.
He's a coconut. What's the Google thing today? I'm like looking at it.
I clicked it and it
like,
started screaming Mexican music in my ear, so I don't know.
Is it like?
I don't think the music went to the podcast, but I'm
Like,
not sure.
What is it? Is it a day
I
that
don't
we should
know.
know? Okay, it's just not. Doesn't Google
It's
normally tell you about these things?
I thought so, but it's just a video with very loud sound screaming in my ear that I turned off right away.
Google Doodles.
So I don't know.
I love the people who get mad about the doodles too.
I'm fine with them. I'll learn some shit every once in a while. This one
I
is
read.
not telling me
I
anything.
forget where I read it, but someone posted something somewhere about
literally just about Marachi.
some person getting angry at their like grandson. Why do you change Google all the time? I want the regular Google.
Okay, they're just celebrating
And he
Marachi.
responded with something along the lines of, if I was the one that changed Google, I wouldn't be driving a 2004 Ford.
Well, ain't wrong.
I don't know the validity of it, but I think I saw that Mr. Musk surpassed
Bill Gates as number 2.
Bill Gates. Yeah.
Stoings go up.
Possibly. For a while.
Now you got one left. Captain Bezos.
He doesn't pass Bezos.
I think you are correct, but
Elon.
I feel like
Elon
I'm
doesn't
happier
sell
with
enough.
Elon having money than Bezos.
It would be, but I don't like Elon's Musk stuff isn't necessarily built on the premise of making money.
Yes.
Whereas Jeff Bezos the idea is making money.
I agree.
And Bill Gates would be richer if he didn't like step down from Microsoft. Like if he didn't like try to start distancing himself from the company. So Bill Gates anymore is just kind of like a person. Like he has no.
I feel like he's not trying to make
He's an
money
advisor,
himself.
I thought, and that's all he was.
Yeah, but like how much advising do you think he really does anymore? Or if he's
enough that it doesn't ruin his name.
Yeah, like
I think that's really what it is if Microsoft does something that is super bad, it ruins his own name.
Yeah, like he kind of just probably just, hey, we're gonna do this, and he's probably just like, okay, I kind of like that. I kind of don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
It will be interesting to see some of these companies post. I mean, theoretically, we'd probably see Jeff Bezos die before us. He's not the youngest.
No, definitely not.
I think he's in his 40s, but I might be wrong.
56.
56. Ah. How old is like Elon Musk? He's younger though. Elon Musk's younger.
Isn't Musk like 32 or something?
49.
Is he?
I thought he was like 39, to be honest
with
you.
He's a boomer.
I wouldn't have guessed Elon Musk was 49.
Yeah, that's a little bit older than I would have thought.
He's older than Jeff Bezos. That's now like, 56. Never mind. Grimes is 32. That was what was making me think of him being younger.
I hate so much that children XAEA-XII. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It'll be interesting, like what happens to Amazon if like Bezos decides he wants out, or if he 20 years.
There's probably a whole board that would take over, and just
there is,
keep
but like
running.
Steve Jobs was the leader of Apple, and now it's like that Tim Cook. But you've always kind of told, you could tell it was always past like.
Well, like there might still be a head,
There is a head, yes, but like the direction of the company changes when the visionary that starts it is gone.
Sure.
Apple is a very much different company than it was post Steve Jobs.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll change
I think if
with
he
some
lived,
degree.
like, would we have had all the dongles? Would we have like?
Who knows? I don't.
If he's saying
Yeah.
the same thing kind of happened with Microsoft when Bill Gates stepped down.
Like Microsoft has gone a direction kind of different than they did
Software
in
as
the
a
past.
service more than anything else now.
And they might have gone that way with him, but still, Windows 10 is the last Windows. Technically, that's what they keep claiming. If it's true or not is another thing.
There'll have to be another one at some point.
Or it might be more like just Mac, where it's, they just update it. Like, it's not.
I guess. I was gonna say I would hope that they push a new one with like an architecture change or something, but
And they can, but it's not like you're getting like Windows 12.
yeah.
You're just updating to the next like thing.
Yeah.
Like my Mac, it's prompted to go to Big Sur. It's because I own a Mac for work. It's on Catalina right now, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just prompted to go to Big Sur, the next thing. It's a whole architecture restructure, but it's just an update. So I don't know.
I am dreading when people start buying the M1 Max and they're like, why doesn't this program work anymore?
Can't get
It's gonna be an
Photoshop to
interesting
work.
time.
And I'm gonna have to tell them your brand new Mac doesn't work by design.
Most of our virus stuff doesn't work on it. Or on Big Sur in general, not even just the M1 stuff, but just the operating system all that shit runs on. Our antivirus barely works because they weren't able to get it functional in time. So that was fun.
It sounds like it. Sounds terrible.
It was only like one person that really. It wasn't even. There's not even that much like a big deal about it. They just don't have some certain like web protection features and shit. Well, do you guys got anything else?
I don't think so. I think we're pretty good.
My brain's mush.
Good luck on the rest of your
I have
streams.
no idea when it's gonna end.
Good luck.
Probably after this.
I don't know. I really don't.
Time for a dit nap.
I don't see. I feel like if I took any sort of nap, it would be over.
That's
Yeah,
the
go
thing.
one
Like, I'm afraid. How long am I gonna be out?
Go
Yeah.
1 more hour.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Go to
ending.
bed. Get
I'll end after midnight for sure.
1 more hour and take like a good 7-8 hours of sleep. Wake up and then just hit it hard again.
Back to back 30-hour streams instead of a 40-hour stream. That's genius.
Maybe.
30
Or
plus
stream while you
30. 60.
Stream your sleep.
That's just creepy to me.
Well, like Demi asked me, well, are you sleeping during your 40-hour stream? I'm like, no, that defeats the 40-hour stream part. Yeah, I'm having a 100-hour stream split up over 5 months. No biggie. Oh, I can't use that.
Well, that's all we have for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later. Oh, by the way, we forgot Happy Thanksgiving. See you later.